paid attention, you know, I didn't ask Brother Tate what to sing this morning, but as I was downstairs earlier, I was thinking about page number 110, and I was thinking, you know, I sure would like for Brother Tate to sing that song this morning, and he did, and I appreciate that so much. That was one of my pastor's favorite songs. And I was thinking this morning, and you know, I don't like to let a day go by and not think about when I got saved. And there's something about that word saved. And as I was thinking this morning about the day that I got saved, my mind went back to an old-fashioned preacher's fellowship that we were in years ago at Little Cove Baptist Church. And Brother Willis Shankles was called on to preach that night. And he got up in the pulpit, and Brother Willis is, he's 6-something feet tall. I mean, he's a big old hulk of a man, or he was then. And man, I'm telling you, he wasn't fat. He was just a big man. He was a hunk of a man. And he got up behind that little old pulpit that night and looked out over the congregation. That little church was full. In fact, that's the little church, those of y'all that came to my mom's funeral, that's the little church I'm talking about, Little Cove Baptist Church. And they had the side opened up, and the side section was full, and had chairs out, and that little old building was just full to capacity that night. And Brother Willis got up, and he looked out over the congregation, and then he just kind of got this far away look in his eye, and he said, "Saved." And then he got a real far away look in his eye, and he said, "Saved" again. And then the third time he said "saved," he was from behind the pulpit, and he was standing on the front pew in the middle of two of us preachers. We just kind of, you know, I done this, and the other preacher done that, and he said "saved" again while he was standing there, and the next hour was unbelievable. I mean, it was absolutely unbelievable. And of course, we had some of the skeptics there, you know, and they went away talking about the antics that took place at Little Cove Baptist Church that night. And well, I tell you, my old pastor, Brother A.J., he was on one of the banisters on one side and straddled the banister, and another preacher was on the other side. I believe Brother Willis got up there at one time, and they was riding that white horse back at the end of the tribulation period. I'm serious. That's what they were doing, man. I mean, they'd done checked out, and as far as they was concerned, the tribulation was over, and they's coming back on that white horse. And well, I'm telling you, we had a time, and it started by SAVED.
Amen.
There's just something about that word.
Yeah.
Amen. And I've never got over it.
Amen.
Now, I know a lot of people in the world say they're saved, but they don't have a clue. When we're talking about being saved, they're not talking about the same thing.
That's right.
When you talk to somebody that's involved in the New Age movement this morning, they'll tell you they're saved, but their saved is not our saved.
That's right.
And in fact, in my library, I have a New Age dictionary, and it has the definitions of all of the New Agers' words. And they use a lot of the same words that we do. Redemption and saved and salvation and all of those things, friend. But their definition is a long way from what our definition is. But I'm here to tell you this morning, I am saved.
Amen.
And according to the book of Hebrews, I'm saved to the uttermost.
Yeah.
And sometime you ought to do a little study on that word, uttermost.
Yeah.
Amen. God came to, He came to the lowest in the pit.
Amen.
And He lifted me out, and He saved me to the uttermost.
Yeah.
Amen. And I just haven't got over it. And I don't think I'm ever going to get over it. And how beautiful heaven must be. Well, I'll tell you how beautiful heaven must be. There we'll have the glorified body.
Amen.
And there we'll be in His presence, and it'll be an eternal presence. And because we're in that glorified body, we'll be able to soak in God's glory.
Yeah.
It'll be a reality to us like it's never been in the past. Amen.